Hey guys, my name is JC Rangel, #1 mentor with Powur Energy. And in this presentation, we're going to show you the business side of Powur Energy and why we are the #1 fastest growing solar company in the world. Some of you guys may not know, but in the year 2020, Powur was featured as the number 938 fastest growing companies in America on the Inc. 5000 list. This year, we're proud to announce that we're number 61 out of all the companies, millions of companies in America. I'm pretty sure next year we'll probably be #1, right? So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to talk about the innovation of solar and why so many sales professionals and people from different walks of life are getting involved with Powur Energy. So some of the things that we're going to cover is, #1, who we are. #2, we're going to cover our economic model. #3, we're going to cover our solutions, okay, and also how to get started and join this incredible company. So with that being said, let me introduce you to a video from our founder, Mr. Jonathan Budd.
From the beginning, Powur has always been about how do we solve the biggest challenges facing our planet, and how do we help people create a rewarding, abundant, meaningful income and livelihood through participating. And the reason why that's at the heart of our company is because that's what I needed. That's what I was searching for.
Have fun, my friends. We'll see ya.
I get a call from Jim Bunch, and he says, hey, I'm going to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance. I think you should come down here with us. And I'm just like, sure, I'll just up and go to the Amazon rainforest next week. Not many people are going to say yes to that invitation, but I felt that I had to be there. I knew I was at a turning point in my life. I was looking for something more.
We are trudging through the rainforest right now. We have 2 guides, Ashwar guides, who are completely native. Their culture has been living in this forest for thousands of years. They just made contact with the outside world only to really form an alliance to protect this rainforest from oil companies and mining companies and companies that literally will come in and just turn all of this into a desert. There they are.
But it was during one of the ceremonies, during one of the initiations, that I had the vision for Powur.
The journey continues, my friends. Continues on to the next ceremony.
We have a ceremony, and the very first vision, in the middle of the Amazon, there's drumming and singing and chanting and all this going on, and I hear this voice say, you are meant to go back and start the first crowdsourcing platform for solar energy. It was clear as day, and that's when I knew. I knew what my life purpose was. From that point forward, I knew what I had to do. It was a vision that literally came from that forest.
Being in the rainforest, there are many lessons that Jonathan and I got down there that we brought back to the company. And I remember for myself, one of the things that was crystal clear was how connected everything is. And what we do makes a huge impact. When you hire and you recruit and you train and deploy people based on what they value most, you create a synergy that's incredible. When you align those values with a clear mission and a clear vision, you create synergy.
The vision of Powur is to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide. Our mission, and I want you to take this in, because when you join us, this is going to become your mission too, and I want it to be real for you, and I want you to be excited about it. Our mission is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And the way that we're going to do that is through decentralization. It's not about having one giant utility or one giant company anymore. It's really about creating platforms that empower the crowd to participate in everything. And the way that we're going to install millions of solar panels on homes every year as one community, as one company, as one platform, is through a crowdsourced model. If we build a platform that allows the crowd to do it, that allows the entire ecosystem of solar to participate, then we can reach the kind of scale that at Powur we dream about, that we're focused on, and that we are going to achieve. And this is your invitation to join us.
All right, so now that you guys have heard a little bit from our founder, here's one thing that I want you guys to take a look at. This is one of my favorite quotes. Buckminster Fuller said, "To change things, do not try to fight the existing reality, but rather build a new model that makes the old model obsolete." And here's the thing. Powur has made it obvious to know that the old way of doing business, the old way of selling solar, which is through the dealer model, is an obsolete way of doing business. Why? Because it's not a fair way to do business. Let's face it. You've got the company that pays some guys a high commission. They pay their guys a smaller commission, and so on and so forth, smaller and smaller commissions. And what you guys are going to see here is that everybody is on an even playing field with Powur. So now what I want to do is I want to show you guys a short clip of how our economic model works, and then I'm going to come back and break down the details of that economic model.
When we started Powur, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most. And that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of two pathways. An outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology, and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world. Not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought, millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate. The old way was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is, and that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions, and they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Powur model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Powur way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, zero out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy, so they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods.
So if you are a solar sales professional at literally any other solar company in the world except for Powur, this is how it works for you. You get a price to go sell solar at. Call it your red line. And your company might say, okay, this is your price, and anything you sell over here, you get to keep. And then the company, you don't have any idea what their margins are, by the way, but the company gets to keep everything underneath that price, and you get to keep whatever is over that price. And that's how every single solar company in the world works, except for Powur. Powur is the only company in the world that offers a transparent cost of goods business model. What this means is that we give you, as a selling price, the actual cost of goods to install that system. Whatever it costs, we look at the labor, we look at the construction, we look at the equipment, we look at the permit fees, just the fixed cost of goods to install that system. That is your selling price. So when you sell a project with Powur, you get the cost of goods as your selling price, and then whatever the profit is, you keep 70% and Powur keeps 30%.
You compare that to the traditional company who would pay $2,000 to $3,000. Powur pays over $7,000 on average, and that is over double what most traditional companies pay. You can sell in all of the states in which we have coverage, and all of that is managed for you through the back office in Powur. They also handle the accounting, all of the operations, everything that's necessary, and then pay you for every single deal, every single day.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Powur solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back, all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer, and once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time.
So we're getting to the home stretch. So here's the way it works. I'm gonna break down the economic model, and the first thing that I'm gonna break down into details is the 70-30 split based on the cost of goods. For those of you guys that may not know what I'm referring to by cost of goods, simply means the wholesale price. When you partner with Powur, you are essentially your own solar brokerage or your own solar dealer, meaning you have access to everything, to all parts, all warranties, all construction costs at wholesale cost. So the way it works is whatever you sell above wholesale, you actually keep 70%. Let's go through some examples, right? So let's say, for example, you have a job that you're about to sell, and your cost for that job is $20,000. Let's say, for example, you go out there and you sell it for $30,000. If you're in California, you're taking a homeowner from a $250 bill per month to $130 per month. They're saving $120 a month. You're selling it to them for $30, but your wholesale cost is $20. That means that the difference is a $10,000 difference. You sold it for $10,000 above wholesale. So how much of that money goes to you? Remember, 70-30. So your commission in that scenario will be a $7,000 commission for helping a homeowner go solar. Now, I don't know about you, but if I help a homeowner save $1,500 a year, $2,000 a year, and the company's going to pay me anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 for doing that for zero out of pocket, it costs a customer nothing out of pocket. You know, if you become a part of our company, you'll hear a very commonly used phrase that I actually coined. I tell people, listen, solar is not a sales pitch. It's more of an IQ test. Because why would somebody not want to go out there and save some money, lock in their rate with zero out of pocket for a bill that they've always had and a bill that they will always have? It doesn't make sense. In my opinion, selling solar is the easiest sale that I've ever made in my life. So 70-30 split based on the cost of goods is a way that this scenario works. So now that we know that your average commission is $7,000, very healthy commission, right? As a matter of fact, one of the guys on my team actually helped 10 families last week. 10 families in a week. And I just told you what our average commission is. Now, is that normal? No, that's absolutely not normal. This gentleman is a very, very sharp gentleman, very aggressive, very excited, and he takes a business very seriously. But that just goes to show what the potential is, right? And 9 of those 10 sales were actually mentor sales, which is what I'm going to get into here today. Mentor commission sales. And one of them was a personal sale. So how does a mentorship program with Powur work? Here's how it works. Whenever somebody is brand new, they have to do 3 50-50 split sales. And as soon as you do 3, then you move on to 100% commission. You don't have to do any more split sales. For those of you guys that are solar pros, you don't have to do 3. You have to do 1 50-50 split sale or 1 mentor sale. But let's say, for example, the commission is $7,000, right? $7,000, $3,500 of that goes to the mentee, the new person that's getting trained. $3,500 goes to the mentor. 35 and 35, that equals $7,000. Our team personally has hundreds of people joining every single month. And guess what? They all need at the minimum 3 mentor sales. So we have an abundance of mentor sales for our mentors. So the average mentor commission, $3,500. So let me give you an example, which is actually an example that happened to me. I had a group of about 7 people that got started, very excited. They all needed to do 3 mentor sales. So let's do a hypothetical example. Let's say these 7 people did their 3 mentor sales their first month. Well, 7 people times 3 sales is 21 sales. 21 sales times $3,500, well, that's over $70,000 in split sale commissions. And guess what? The majority of our sales are done via Zoom. As a matter of fact, over 90% of the sales that we do are done via Zoom from the comfort of our home. It's just different at Powur. So we've got real estate agents, alarm salespeople, certainly solar professionals from other industries that are tired of going out there door knocking the rest of their life in order to get deals. Well, guess what? Once you get to mentor with our company, it's a different playing field, because when you get to the mentor position, you can do 50-50 split sales for anybody in the entire company. As this video is being recorded right now, there's roughly 6,000 active reps with Powur. How many mentors in the company? A little bit over 300. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 5%. So for those of you guys that are aggressive, that you want to go out there and build a career in the solar industry, this is an incredible company, an incredible platform for you to come and participate in and to become a mentor. That is a very, very lucrative position for those of you guys that want to take it seriously. So now let's talk about the industry first revenue share income. So if it stopped there, if Powur stopped, they said, hey, wholesale cost, whatever you sell above wholesale, you make 70%. If it stopped there, it'd be amazing. But here's the deal, it doesn't stop there, because Powur says, hey, listen, how can we give people the opportunity to go out there and build a passive income, to go out there and build a retirement income? And there's a few ways that we do that. So the first way that we do that is through the passive override income. Let's face it, we're in unprecedented times. People are getting sick right now. There's a virus out there. There's the cerveza virus out there, right? And so, yes, we should take care of ourselves, but at the same time, not only should we take care of our health, but what should we do? We should probably also take care of our income. What if you get sick? What if you get ill? What if you get in a car accident? Whatever the case may be, and you cannot work for a month? What if you can't work for a year? Wouldn't it be a good idea to have a passive income? That's what we're going to talk about, a passive residual income. So here's the way the revenue share works. 70-30 split, whatever you sell above wholesale, 70% is yours. That other 30%, however, the company doesn't even keep the entire thing. The company actually only keeps 15% of it, or let's say 50%. So 70 goes to you, 15% goes to the company, and the other 15% goes to the field in the revenue share program. So here's the way it breaks down. Let's say, for example, it's a $10,000 total commission, $7,000 goes to you, as we mentioned, $3,000 goes to Powur. They're gonna split that in half. Powur's only gonna keep $1,500. What do they do with the other $1,500? They actually pay the other $1,500 in a 6-level commission structure. So 20% of the $3,000, which equals $600, goes to the person above you. So let's say you brought me on board. I made a sale, I made $7,000, Powur got $3,000, $600 goes to you because you brought me. Now the person that brought you, they deserve a piece of this as well. So they actually make a 10% override, which in this scenario would be a $300 commission. Not too shabby, right? And if you went out there and, 5%, which is 150, goes to the person above them, and another 5% to 3 people above them, which is a total of 6 people. So let's put things into perspective. Hypothetical example. What if you went out there and you brought 10 guys or girls that want to sell solar? And those 10, they did not bring 10. They brought 2. You have 10 on level 1 and 20 on level 2. Remember, why is this possible? The reason why this is possible is because everybody has the same opportunity. Everybody gets paid the same 70-30. Everybody has a mentor opportunity. Everybody has the same 6 levels of pay. That is why this is possible. That's why we are the fastest growing solar company, because it's an equal opportunity. So anyways, you brought 10 that brought 2. That's 20 on level 2. Those 20 brought 2, that's 40 on level 3. And so on and so forth, 6 levels deep. You brought 10, that brought 2, and that duplicated 6 levels deep. In that scenario, if all of these people made 1 sale per month, your override income only on the 6 levels of pay would be over $1.2 million in that hypothetical example. Not too shabby. Now, what if you got that 10% right? And you didn't make $1.2 million a year, but you made $120,000 a year. Would that be okay? That's pretty good income, right? So that is the potential. That's if everybody does 1 sale per month. What if they did 2? What if some of them did 3 or 4? We've got people on our team that are doing 15 sales a month, 10 sales a month, 20 sales a month and beyond, right? But that is the power. So what happens if you go out there and you start this career, take it seriously, learn the business, treat it as a career, treat it seriously, learn it, and go out there and build it. Go out there and sell solar, bless people with solar, introduce people that want a new career path. And over the course of the next year or 2 or 3, you've got a solid sales organization that you're getting paid an override every time they make a sale in a booming industry, probably the #1 most booming industry for the next 20 years. I don't know about you, but that's one of the things that got me very excited when I looked at Powur. So as you can see, Powur is not simply a sales opportunity or a glorified sales opportunity where as long as you make sales, you make an income, right? It has a sustainable, which is a key word, sustainable team building override model attached to it. Now, in addition to having that override income, that what if you want to take a break? What if you want to go on a vacation? Or what if, unfortunately, you get ill and you cannot work for a certain amount of time? You've got that passive income that you're able to build into your business. Now, in addition to that, as of 2021, we are not public yet. We plan on going public in the next 2 years, right? Where will the stock price be? We have no idea. Now, here's the thing. Inc. 5000 list number 938 2 years ago and number 61 this year. Fastest growing solar company in the world. I personally believe we're going to be a $100 billion company in the next decade. But I don't know. That's my prediction. That's what I believe. But that is not financial advice. But here's the deal. What if you're able to own a piece of the company? What if, for example, your very first install, 25 options. What if you introduce somebody to the company and they get their first install? You earn 12 options. If you introduce 10 people that get their first install, guess what? You just earn an additional 120 options. If you do 25 installs in a year, you get an additional 250 options. And if you do 50 installs in a year, you get an additional 1,250 options. Now, not to mention that as a consultant, as soon as we go public, you actually get the option to buy discounted options when Powur goes public. So now we've got a tremendous opportunity. We've got the highest commissions in the industry. A completely transparent cost of goods model. You see the wholesale price of everything. Now, here's one thing that's exciting. Being the fastest growing solar company in the world, we negotiate the best prices because we have the leverage. Sometimes we make a sale, by the time we get installed, our commission is bigger. Why? Because the cost of goods went down during that time. So we've got the fastest growing solar company, the best commissions, the override income, the mentor program. I can get 3 to 5 or 7 presentations daily via Zoom without having to pay for leads and without looking for leads. And you've got the opportunity to build that leverage income and own a piece of the company. This is a tremendous opportunity. That's why whoever sent you this video sent it to you, because they want you to see what it is that they're doing. So understand this, when you get started with Powur, you are setting up your own solar business, your own solar brokerage, your own solar dealer. What is your overhead for that solar dealer? A whopping $49 per month to have access to everything I told you, to be able to sell solar nationwide and eventually worldwide. There's a one-time $99 setup fee to get started. Get with the person that invited you to share with you how they can get started, how you can get started. They're going to send you a link. Go ahead and get started. Take the initial training that is required of you. And with that being said, my name is JC Rangel, and I'll see you guys at the top or from the top. Take care.